The pest control industry sells chemical treatments you have to rebuy every few months. But there's an ancient powder, fossilized algae, over 90% silica, that eliminates crawling insects through physical abrasion, not chemistry. The EPA registered it in 1960. University of Florida researchers documented 100% bedbug mortality in 48 hours. It costs about $2 a pound. So why does the industry pretend it doesn't exist? Diatomaceous earth is made of fossilized shells, frustules, composed of more than 90% pure silica. Under the microscope, each grain is jagged, sharper than glass, and acts as a weapon against insects. When a crawling insect moves across a dry layer of this powder, the silica particles slice into its waxy cuticle, breaking the barrier that keeps moisture inside. The wounds are invisible to the naked eye, but the damage is fatal. The porous silica absorbs water from the insect's body, causing dehydration within hours. There are no toxins, no nerve agents, just a relentless loss of water. This is a mechanical process, not a chemical one. No mutation or enzyme can protect against it, which is why scientists have found no credible resistance in bedbugs, cockroaches, or beetles. The powder must stay dry, and direct contact is essential. Food-grade diatomaceous earth, with less than 2% crystalline silica, is safe with precautions. Pool-grade versions, much higher in crystalline silica, pose a serious inhalation risk. Federal recognition of diatomaceous earth as a legitimate pesticide dates back more than 6 decades. In 1960, the Environmental Protection Agency's registry, then under the USDA, recorded its first technical-grade diatomaceous earth product as a mechanical insecticide. Since that original entry, the EPA's public product database has expanded dramatically. As of April 2026, a search for active registrations under the official chemical code for diatomaceous earth returns 152 distinct products. These range from food-grade dusts for home use to industrial formulations for grain storage and pet care. The registry covers both household applications and large-scale agricultural uses, reflecting a broad official acceptance. Extension agents and regulatory bulletins routinely cite diatomaceous earth as a tool for integrated pest management, especially where chemical residues are a concern. In a critical regulatory move, the EPA granted food-grade diatomaceous earth a tolerance-less status for food contact surfaces, meaning no measurable residue is considered hazardous when used as directed. This exemption, codified in federal law, sets diatomaceous earth apart from nearly every synthetic pesticide on the market. The official record is clear. Diatomaceous earth is not a fringe remedy. It is a federally acknowledged, legally registered, and widely available option for pest control in the United States. At the University of Florida, entomologists set out to test diatomaceous earth against one of the most stubborn pests in American homes, the bedbug. In a controlled laboratory trial, researchers exposed adult bedbugs to a thin, even dusting of food-grade diatomaceous earth at a rate of 1 gram per square meter. The environment was kept dry, with relative humidity below 50%. After 48 hours, every single bedbug was dead. 100% mortality, confirmed across multiple replicates. No chemical pesticide in the same study matched this result. Standard insecticides, including pyrethroids and neonicotinoids, left survivors after 2 days, and their performance dropped even further in resistant bug populations. The UF team documented the process under high magnification. Silica particles adhered to the insects' bodies, slicing the waxy cuticle and drawing out water until desiccation was complete. No metabolic resistance, no detoxification enzymes, just a physical breakdown that chemicals could not match. These findings were later echoed in peer-reviewed journals, where similar protocols produced near-total kill rates for German cockroaches, fleas, and stored product beetles. The evidence from Florida's lab made one thing clear. When kept dry and applied to surfaces where pests travel, diatomaceous earth achieves a level of control that chemical sprays often fail to deliver. Bedbugs, German cockroaches, fleas, ticks, carpet beetles, silverfabas, silverfish, ants, and pantry moths, all of these crawling invaders are vulnerable to a single layer of diatomaceous earth. The powder is ruthless against insects that travel across floors, baseboards, or pantry shelves. Roaches pick up the dust on their legs and bellies. Fleas and ticks are stripped of their protective wax as they move through bedding or carpet. Grain beetles and moth larvae in storage bins cannot cross a treated surface without a deadly effect. Even crickets, spiders, and earwigs are brought down by the same mechanical process, abrasion and dehydration. For homeowners, pet owners, and anyone storing food, the range is broad. If it crawls and its body touches the powder, diatomaceous earth can break the infestation cycle. But the powder's strength is its reach across this entire spectrum of crawling pests. Humidity changes everything. When the air holds more than 50% relative humidity, the sharp edges of diatomaceous earth lose their bite. Above this threshold, moisture coats the powder, blunting its abrasive action and blocking the dehydration process. Studies show that at 70% humidity or higher, the powder's effectiveness drops to near zero. Bugs walk across without harm. Direct, dry contact is non-negotiable. If the powder clumps or gets damp, it becomes little more than dust. Even the finest application can't help if insects avoid treated surfaces or if the air is too moist. These limits are not minor details. They determine whether diatomaceous earth works at all. For anyone living in humid climates or dealing with leaks and condensation, these facts set clear boundaries. The powder's power depends on dryness and exposure, not wishful thinking. Not all diatomaceous earth is created equal. Food grade. Diatomaceous earth contains no more than 2% crystalline silica, the form of silica that can scar lung tissue when inhaled in large amounts. This is the only grade approved for indoor pest control, animal feed, and even food processing. Pool grade or filter grade versions, on the other hand, are heated during manufacturing, raising their crystalline silica content to between 10 and 15%. Inhaling these fine particles over time can lead to silicosis, a permanent lung condition. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration sets the permissible exposure limit for crystalline silica at just 50 micrograms per cubic meter of air, averaged over an 8-hour workday. Even with food-grade dust, good ventilation and a simple dust mask are smart precautions. Choosing the right grade and handling it carefully means diatomaceous earth can be both effective and safe. A sharp contrast to the risks posed by pool-grade powders. The price gap between do-it-yourself diatomaceous earth and professional pest control is staggering. Over a 5-year period, most homeowners spend just $90 to $130 on food-grade diatomaceous earth, enough to keep a typical house protected with annual or twice-yearly applications. By comparison, a standard professional contract for chemical pest control ranges from $1,800 to $2,400 over the same period, factoring in quarterly service visits and product markups. That is a savings of more than 90%. The math holds across regions. In the humid South, arid Southwest, and temperate Midwest, the DIY approach consistently costs a fraction of the professional route. A single $15 bag of diatomaceous earth can replace an entire season's worth of chemical treatments, and the homeowner controls every step. No contracts, no recurring bills, no waiting for an appointment. For many, the financial argument is as compelling as the science. The National Pest Management Association, or NPMA, stands at the heart of the modern pest control industry. In 1972, the association shifted its messaging, moving attention away from low-cost, non-chemical solutions like diatomaceous earth and steering homeowners toward recurring chemical treatments. Over the next 3 decades, NPMA and its industry allies spent more than $12 million lobbying federal agencies. Their efforts focused on shaping pesticide re-registration rules and promoting integrated pest management guidelines that treat mechanical methods as side notes, not primary strategies. The business model behind this push is straightforward. Chemical treatments create repeat customers. Diatomaceous earth, by contrast, threatens that recurring revenue. It's cheap, it doesn't wear out quickly, and it can be applied by anyone with a dust mask in a few minutes. For industry leaders, the real danger isn't the powder itself. It's the possibility that millions of homeowners might stop paying for professional contracts altogether. In 1947, a retired school teacher named Mabel faced a bedbug invasion that had outlasted every spray, trap, and home remedy. With a single $2.75 sack of food-grade diatomaceous earth, she dusted a thin, continuous line along her bedroom baseboards, behind the headboard, and across every doorway. The powder stayed dry, and she left it undisturbed. Within 72 hours, the last bedbug was gone. Mabel's method was simple. Treat every likely crossing point, keep the dust layer intact, and let time do the work. The barrier she created didn't just stop bedbugs. For 6 months, no cockroach or flea crossed that threshold alive. Even after a year, the powder still worked anywhere it remained dry and visible. Her approach, perimeter dusting, not random sprinkling, became a model for do-it-yourselfers everywhere. With less than $3 and a few careful hours, Mabel reclaimed her home and proved that a mechanical barrier, properly applied, could outlast any chemical contract. Right now, homeowners face a choice: endless chemical cycles or a powder that kills through abrasion and dehydration. No resistance, no recurring bills. But diatomaceous earth demands precision, dryness, and safety. The biggest threat isn't just the bugs, it's forgetting that simple solutions still exist. What's your move?